Magandang hapon, ako po si Trixie Cruz-Angeles. Ito po ang Luminous at mabilis lang po ang live natin ngayon. Pero kailangan po natin pag-usapan ang, ang ancient burial mask na sinuot ni Miss Beauty Gonzales sa isang event. Okay. Um, Anong mahalaga natin matandaan dito? Unang-una, meron tayong batas, Republic Act 10066, at nire-require po ng mga permits bago mag-excavate. Ngayon, bakit kailangan ng permits? Kasi pag merong mga archaeological sites at may hinukay tayo doon, that automatically or is presumed to belong to the state. Uh, Iba po ang hidden treasure sa cultural artifacts. Okay. Ngayon, let's not, while I will explain the law, ang mas gusto ko dito ay magkaroon ng diskurso tungkol sa pag-treat natin ng ating ancient artifacts. Ngayon, ang sabi ni Miss Gonzales is, hininang daw. Pina-revise niya, o ano ba yung words niya? Redesign ang mga death masks. Now, let me explain what the death masks are. Ito ay tinatawag natin na pre-colonial art o ginagamit kasi noon, naniniwala ang mga ating mga ancestors, lalong-lalo na nanggaling sa Visayas, na para maprotektahan ang kaluluwa na bumabiyahe matapos mamatay, ay kailangan takpan ng ginto ang mga orifices ng mukha. Bakit this is a form of meron po kasing properties daw, magical properties ang ginto. At tatandaan po natin bago dumating ang Kastila, marami at mayaman na mayaman po tayo sa ginto, kaya ginagawa nating ornamentation ito. Pero iba po ang death mask. Mayroon po itong significance sa kultura at hindi po yan ginagawa para sa buhay. So kung meron kang death mask, asahan ninyo nang galing yan sa hukay, nang galing yan sa archaeological dig, na most likely ay illegal. Ngayon, it is possible naman na nakuha ito sa isang hukay na prior dun sa batas. At posible na hindi rin nila alam. Although para itong it's almost impossible na hindi ninyo alam na ito ay galing sa archaeological dig. Kasi hindi naman po yan ipinapamana. Hindi po yan ibinibigay. Kasi galing yan sa hukay. Ngayon, ang sinasabi ng iba, pareho ba ito sa nakaw? Well, we would like to consider it, but the law is specific. Kung galing yan sa archaeological site, it should belong to the state. At presumed na important cultural property yan. Medyo naiistorbo lang ako kasi nakikita ko yung mga komento dito sa mga walls natin na sinasabi na hindi pa naman alam kung illegal yan, o i-presume. Hindi po. The presumption po is that it is at the very least irregular. Ngayon, what we want to do is presume good faith kay Miss Beauty. Kay Miss Beauty Gonzales because she does not know. Kung kaya't ang dapat ginagawa natin ay turuan ang ating mga kababayan na respetuhin ang ganitong mga manifestations ng ating kultura. Kasi wala na pong ganyan ngayon. At ang laki ng matututunan natin kung inaaral natin ito. In addition to that, may presumption yan. Mahalaga na cultural property yan and it should belong to the Filipino nation. Hindi po yan dapat na nagiging pagmamayari ng individual. Ngayon, it is true. Maaari ka pa rin mag-own ng cultural property. Wala naman pong nagbabawal dyan. Pero kung galing sa hukay, ang right na makapili muna ay ang National Museum. Tapos, binibigyan din naman yung mga nakahanap. Sabi ni original DDS, yun daw si Beauty Gonzales, alam mo, kailan ko rin lang siya nakilala. But apparently, she's an actress at kilala naman po siya. Kung kaya't mahalaga na sana matuto siya dun sa experience na ito. Ang ganitong pre-colonial gold ay hindi po dapat sinisira. Kasi nga, and I don't care if you're an antique collector, konting respeto naman for something that has survived hundreds of years para makita natin so that future generations can appreciate this. Huwag naman po tayong cavalier na basta natin sisirain. Number one. Number two, I'm not sure if you are comfortable with wearing something that was taken from the dead. Ah, okay? So, ito lang ang gusto kong hilingin. Respeto kung respeto. Pero naman, wag naman po tayong ignorante sa ating mga batas. Wag naman po tayong walang respeto sa ating cultural property. Kaya nga po natin binibigyan ng nararapat na importansya ang mga yan dahil hindi po yan renewable resource. At nung kanyang ni-redesign ang mga ito, ibig sabihin sinira niya. Ibig sabihin binutasan niya itong mga to para maging kwintas, para maging um, earrings. Excavated daw sa Mindanao yung kwintas. Ito yung masakit dyan eh. The more they talk about kuha yan sa hukay, the more illegal it appears to be. Okay? So, huwag po natin i-defend yung legality nito. It is not. It is presumed important. It is presumed to belong to the nation. Ngayon, sa akin, okay lang if you own cultural property. Pero wag naman natin sabihin that it is okay to destroy it. Kasi nung sinasabi niya na ano ba to, ni-redesign niya, it means sinira niya. So, I feel a little emotional about this. Kaya wag niyo pong pansinin yung mga ganun ko, yung kadramahan ko. But what is important is to educate our people that this is not okay. I cannot tell you because I'm not sure about the facts of where she had gotten this. So I will presume na walang crime dito. Kasi syempre, that's how we do. But the thing itself, for those of us in culture and arts and in the protection of cultural property, the presumption is that it is not legal and that you will have to show that you obtained this legally. So nalulungkot ako na some people will actually even say the presumption is of innocence. No, when it comes to cultural property, sagutin mo bakit nasa iyo yan. Galing yan sa hukay, galing yan sa patay. So if it is in a museum, so that more people will learn about our past, that part is acceptable. So, kape ba'y nasa likod ko? Opo, nandito ako sa Candle Cafe. So, bakit? It looks weird ba? So, ulitin ko ha, para hindi kasama yung emotion. I apologize if I'm emotional. Pero nanghihinayang lang po ako na yung ancient artifacts, siguro because of my studies, yung ancient artifacts ay hindi maganda ang ating trato. So, hindi ba masakit? Where's this cafe? Nasa Mother Ignacia po. It's a nice place actually. So ganito, ulitin natin ha. Mayroon tayong batas, Republic Act 10066 that says you need a permit in order to excavate. Ngayon, yung mga cultural property, merong mga movable and immovable cultural property na pinoprotektahan ng batas. So, pagka more than 50 years old, may protection po yan. Tapos, syempre, dahil hundreds and hundreds of years old na po ito, provided it is authenticated, then this is entitled to protection of the law. And hindi po dapat natin sinisira yan. Bakit? Ano yung paninira dito? Nung sinasabi niya na ni-redesign yan. Nung ni-redesign yan, it means na it was changed, hindi na yun yung use, ginawa niyang kwintas at saka earrings. So, ibig sabihin, binaklas niya yung face mask. In fact, binaklas niya posibleng several face masks. O yung mga nagsasabing, siguro mas maiiintayin natin ang sagot ni Miss Beauty. Excuse me, ito na nga yung sagot eh. Siya po ang nagsalita, kaya po tayo nagsasalita. Why do you keep giving them the benefit of the doubt? Dahil ba artista siya? If this was somebody else, would you be this forgiving? Can you imagine? These things cannot be replaced. Ha? Once these are lost, once these are destroyed, wala na yan. Tapos na. You will not be able to recover it. You cannot replicate these things. Replications have no value. Yes, Miss Leonor, I really want to hear why you are giving this so much leeway when you should be more, how do you call this, protective of our cultural property. Why are you not aghast? Why are you not concerned that we are losing something that is so precious? Something that comes from years and years ago. And please do not tell me to chill, because part of the reason I am good at this is because I do have passion when it comes to these things. Do not ask me to relax. That is very rude. No, that's not you, Miss Leonor. I really just want to know, bakit ang laki-laki ng leeway na binibigay ninyo when the possibility that our ancient artifacts have been destroyed exist? So please, guys, don't tell me to chill. That's really very rude. Sabi, you're interrupting. Well, why? Did I say something wrong? Is passion wrong? Is feeling strongly about our past and about our culture wrong somehow? It is presumed important cultural property. Sabi ni Dec, it's a national treasure. It's not just plain old gold pieces. In fact, one of the death masks, the Oton death mask in the National Museum, is considered a national cultural treasure. And so you are correct. So there are so few of these. Now, I cannot question how she got these. I will just presume that she got these legally and that these belong to her. Pero naman, wag naman niyang sabihin, wag naman niya ipangalandakan na it is okay to destroy them. I don't want her to be investigated sa totoo lang because it may have happened prior to the effectivity of the law. O, ayan, dinidefend ko yung idol nyo, ha. But what I want is to tell her it is not okay to destroy it. It's okay if you want to keep it. It can be personal property. Yes, but we would encourage you to show it to the public but not destroy it. Huwag naman natin gawing mga pulseras o kwintas o earrings o mga ito. These used to cover the faces of our dead ancestors. And so let's not say that it is okay. Okay? Let's just not, and no, it is not just about legal or illegal. It is about how we are so willing to allow people who we think we idolize to destroy cultural property. How is that right? Why are we giving them so much leeway? Why do we allow them to get away with this? If we cannot go after them using the law, then how do we tell them that this is not okay? Sabi ni Isko, hindi daw natin malami daw hindi nagpapahalaga sa mga ancient artifacts at sa kanilang pinanggalingan. Yes, and that means kulang talaga ang edukasyon. Sabi ni Lalay, how to obtain it legally? You can't. Unless it was obtained prior to the law. Sabi ni Christopher, I share that frustration over destroyed irreplaceable artifacts of ancient history. Dapat nga magwala para magka-impact. Ako rin naiinis kasi pinaghalo ang forma sa katangahan. Ay nako, original DDS, what are you saying? There are a lot of unanswered questions. We don't even have to deal with those unanswered questions. Ano yung estado ng pagpapahalaga natin sa mga cultural property natin? They don't have to deal with questions. We don't even have to ask. Let's presume that this is legal. Let's presume that she bought it and let's presume that's it in good faith. It is not okay to destroy it. Unanswered questions, Jan? It has nothing to do with this, regardless of the unanswered questions. She admits to redesigning a death mask so she can use them as a necklace. It's not okay. I will reiterate, this is not personal and I will presume that she obtained this legally. I will not presume that this is illegal, although it does raise a question. it does raise the question of whether or not this was obtained before or after the law. Right? Pero ayoko siyang kasuhan. Ang gusto ko, matuto siya at tulungan niya tayo na tulungan niya ang kanyang mga kababayan na i-appreciate ito, and appreciating and redesigning a death mask are not compatible ideas. Sabi ni Nor, correct, it must retain its original form as an artifact, not destroyed. The bearer must also be the keeper or protector of this piece. Yes. Okay, so that's all. I wanted to have a short live lang just to express this, that this is not okay. Right? It is possible that she bought this in good faith and that she didn't know any better. I would like to think that she did not know any better. But she must be educated, and so should all our other countrymen. That, what do you mean? Alam mo, original DDS, nahahalata na lang eh. Nahahalata na lang. You know, if this was somebody else, you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say that there are no laws that are broken. You cannot also presume that. Kasi nga galing ito sa hukay. This is not something na na basta-basta nakukuha. For the moment, that's why I'm saying it is a presumption. You cannot say categorically right now no laws have been broken. We will just presume her innocence because that is what the Constitution says. Pero don't say no laws have been broken. Para namang, so, ulitin ko ha, the presumption is she's innocent. Okay? The presumption is she obtained this legally. But the thing itself cannot be presumed to have been to be legal by itself, because these things can only be obtained from archaeological sites. And the obligation is, the moment a site is dug at merong nakitang artifact, you must stop and report to the National Museum. If this was not reported to the National Museum, then right now the presumption would be that it belongs to the state. Right? Now, we're okay with presuming that she was in good faith. We're okay with presuming that it is not illegal whatever it is she did, except for the one thing. Why did she redesign it? Except for the thing where she admits to destroying an artifact that is hundreds of years old. Right? Owning it does not give you a right to destroy cultural property, and that the law is very clear. So I apologize for being emotional about this, but the law is clear that you cannot destroy. Okay? And but if we're not going to use the law, in other words, we must learn something about this. We must learn something from this. That one, there are archaeological artifacts that if you have them, should be considered as though you are violating the anti-fencing laws. Right? But it is not. Nevertheless, we must be more respectful of cultural property. Ulit ha, we must be respectful of cultural property. While the Constitution will say that the presumption is of innocence, we will always have to iterate. Please respect our cultural property. This does not belong simply to the individual. It belongs to the entire Filipino people. Sabi ni Doc, sorry na inis ako sa kanila, parang di kayo Pilipino kung wala kayong papahalaga kayamanan ng ating bansa dahil ba kinain na ba ng kulturang talangka at cancer? Kung ganyan kayo, anong tawag sa inyo? Okay. Can the NCCR National Museum ask her to surrender them? They have what we call the right of first refusal. If she's going to sell, they can buy it from her. But right now, yung value as cultural property, bumaba na. Dahil syempre sinira niya. There's no other way to call it that. Call it but anything but that. It was a death mask tapos ginawang necklace. So, reiteration para ano lang, malinaw lang. Kasi I was very emotional earlier on. So, for clarity's sake, she's presumed innocent. She's presumed to have gotten this regularly. Pero wag naman niyang sabihin that it is okay to destroy it. So, pakirespeto na lang po ang ating cultural property. Ayan yung simple recap nitong lahat ng ito. Now, remember that these things, yeah, in fact, how many of us actually know that the Oton death mask is considered a national cultural treasure? Kukonte, di ba? How many of us know about the death masks? How many of us know that these were 14th, 15th century, maybe earlier, and so on? Yeah? So let's learn about our culture and learn to respect it. Para sa akin kasi, medyo it will be difficult to use the law against her. Um, like I said, binibigyan natin ng respeto, binibigyan natin ng pagpapahalaga yung presumption of innocence niya, and that we presume also that she got this regularly, so, legally. Presumption yan. Of course, it can be overturned by contrary evidence. On the other hand, siya na po mismo yung umamin na ito ay mga death mask. Siya na din po yung umamin na these are ancient artifacts. At siya na din po ang umamin na ni-redesign niya. So on this one, we must be clear. This is not okay. But we hope that as a result of this, she will learn more about our ancient artifacts. She will help spread the word about this and show people that she is a good example of respecting cultural property. This is what I hope will come out of this. So I will be back later on to discuss this more in depth. Muli, we presume regularity, we presume that she came up, we presume innocence, we presume that she had gotten this regularly. But please tell her it is not okay to destroy it. It is not okay to redesign it. And konting respeto naman, this survived. Can you imagine something that was created by our ancestors hundreds of years ago had fallen into her hands, and what she did was to turn them into ornaments? Not okay. Dead people used to wear that. I'm not sure if you're comfortable with that idea, but if you see dead people, then that's it. So, maraming salamat at pasensya na po kayo kung medyo emotional po yung reaction ko dito kasi I'm just surprised na marami pang hindi nakaka-appreciate sa ating cultural property at inuuna pa yung pag-iidolo sa kanilang mga favorite na artista, which is okay. For me, it's okay. Iduluhin niyo yung mga artista, that's fine because that's your choice. Pero wag naman po at the expense of protecting our cultural property, di ba? So maraming salamat. We'll be live again later on.